Oh boy. Hello and welcome. Yeah. Trump shows how little and petty he is in this instance. And his sycophants aren't his cult members aren't going to care about facts. There's some that be like, yeah, but there's still going to be those that like, no, he was doing the right thing. There was even I saw members of Congress and right wing talking heads who said he was doing the right thing. This pastor, this bishop had no right to do what say what she said. Uh, no, she was being peaceful. She was being kind. She was being thoughtful. Just because they make you look evil by just being kind isn't her fault. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this and watch this video here right quick.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families.
Watch his reaction.
Some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms.
Look at him now. He's leaning and he's shaking. He's like, can you get this over with? He don't care one bit. It's how petty, how horrible he is. And we're going to show further proof of this after this video. But oh God, what? Pay attention to his reaction. Here in a minute, he's like, turns his head and he's like, whatever.
Farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens.
Look at him. He couldn't care less. He's about his own agenda. He don't care about treating people with kindness, about mercy. That's not who he is. This woman is asking him to show that mercy, to show that kindness. He doesn't have it in him. And it's why I always laugh when so-called Christians are like, hey, he's a hard person. He's nothing like Jesus. He's nothing like what the gospel says you should be like. And yet you treat him like he's some great Messiah.
Or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger.
Mm-hmm.
for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world. Amen.
Look how he's like, God, I can't stand this. Now, that is what he does first. Let me open up this, and we're going to look at what he said in response. Yeah, this from, I think, his Twitter account, The Real Donald Trump. And this is in regards to what she said. The so-called bishop who spoke at the National Prayer Service on Tuesday morning was a radical left, hardline Trump hater. What about her was radical hard left, hardline Trump hater? She asked you to do the Christian thing, to show mercy, to show compassion. No, because it's different from what you want to do. Because you don't have kindness in your heart. You don't have compassion in your heart unless someone does something for you. Like I said, Trump's petty. She brought her church into the world of politics in a very ungracious way. Why? Because speaking in a very somber and religious tone. Yeah. Next line. She was nasty in tone and not compelling or smart. I didn't hear one raised voice, one word screamed, one profanity. He's so pathetic and pitiful, and he hates people speaking out. She failed to mention the large number of illegal immigrants that came into our country and killed people. Many were deposited from jails and mental institutions. It is a giant crime wave that is taking place in the USA. So she speaks the religious line, toes the religious line exactly as the New Testament, exactly as Jesus say. Show compassion, show kindness. But no. He doesn't have it in him. All he has in his heart for people who are not white Americans or have been here for a long time, that were born here multiple generations, is hatred. He's trying to end birthright citizenship, which, if you know your Constitution, it's a 14th Amendment right. It's not something you can just write out. It isn't... Okay, I read that. Apart from her inappropriate statements, the service was a very boring and uninspiring one. She is not very good at her job. She owes her church. She and her church owe the public an apology. I think you owe the public an apology for constantly feeding them lies upon lies upon lies. Yeah. I mean, this is one of the clearest cases of how petty, how truly pathetic, little, and pitiful the man is. Yeah. She speaks truly out of gospel, out of what Jesus would have wanted. And yet Trump said, she was being rude. She was a radical hardliner. If anyone takes this man seriously after this, you're a moron. I'm sorry, but you are. You're stupid as all get out if you still take this man with any seriousness after what he said about a woman, an actual bishop, speaking what is gospel, what is the words of Jesus. And he gets so angry because it's not hate, it's, hey, show love. Yeah. What? I can't have compassion for you anymore because you clearly went off the rails. But yeah. If you still back Trump, but still try to proclaim, I'm a Christian. No, you're not. You're a picker and chooser of what you want to listen to. You don't listen to the facts, no matter how much they are different from what you believe. But yeah. Just thought I'd talk about that because I was like, this shows the man in his true light, in his true nature. But again, I know there's going to be people who are like, no, he was right. Anyway, as always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting the video in the description box below the video, the video of the sermon piece she did. Below in the video description box below the video. I cannot talk. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.